Hey guys, we are back some more Vegas Golden Knights Eastside Hockey Manager, and in this one we have the playoffs. Now, we didn't see who we were going to end up facing in the first round in the last episode, so let's do that right now. This is the roster we're going in with. Carrier, Lazaro, and Corsi are scratched. Everybody else is dressed for the start of the playoffs, so let's see who we have, as the regular season has to finish up here first. And we did indeed win the President's Trophy, by the way, as we take a look here. 112 points, and the next team after us is the Washington Capitals with 108. So, President's Trophy, I believe that is 3 in the last... No. It's 2 in the last 3 years, isn't it? Yeah. So, in the first round, we are facing the St. Louis Blues. All right. So, let's get right to it. I'm not going to waste any time. Actually, we'll check out St. Louis's lines here, though. So, they have Braden Shen, Robbie Fabry, Vladimir Tarasenko, Jaden Schwartz, Ivan Barbashev, Patrick Berglund, Mackey, Gage Mackey, and then Zegras, Trevor Zegras, and then Texier, and then Mondu, Steve Mondu, Mastro Simone, and Blyce. And then on defense, you have Sammy Vatanen and Alex Pietrangelo, Joel Edmondson and Colton Parayko, and then Travis Sanheim and Dmitry Sergeev. So, and then goaltenders have Jake Allen and Andre Pavlik. So, there are the St. Louis Blues, and let's get into this first round series against them, and hopefully we do not get swept as that happened last year, and we really cannot afford another one of those, as if it does happen by chance, then we really are going to have to consider a change. And there you go. 3-1 lead going into the third with goals by Smith, Panarin, and Carlson. And in the third period, there you go. Silverberg and Teemu Pulkkinen with the other goals for your Vegas Golden Knights. No sweep happening here, at least not on the St. Louis Blues part. So a 5-1 victory in game number 1. Very nice. All right, so the Flyers lead 3-2, or no, the Flyers won that game 3-2. They don't lead the series 3-2 yet, as obviously the playoffs have only been going on for a couple of days here, as the St. Louis Blues have torn apart the Golden Knights in the first period. 2 goals by Shen and a goal by Schwartz. Second period, goal by Zegras. Third period, goals by Smith and Hyman, but then a goal by Texier for the 5-2 St. Louis victory. So getting into game number 3, hopefully we can take a 2-1 series lead here as the Avalanche wins 6-1 over the Wild. And we have game number 3 in St. Louis. Here we go. First period, goals by Texier and Mondu. Second period, goals by, there you go, Carlson, Reiko, and Lapalainen. So 3-2 lead for the Vegas Golden Knights going into the third period. Let's see, and we win 4-3. Another goal by Reiko Pulkkinen and a goal by Schwartz on the power play to make it interesting, but your Vegas Golden Knights nonetheless win 4-3 to go up 2-1 in the series. And the Avalanche win over the Wild 4-3. The Flyers win over the Capitals 4-3. And injury Jovanic, that is a prospect of ours. And that'll just about do it for that. Game number 4 here in St. Louis still. First period, goal by Sammy Vatanen for the St. Louis Blues. Second period, yeah, there you go. Goals by Fasching and Fours with his first playoff goal of his career. Third period, goals by Panarin and Hyman for the 4-1 victory. And we lead 3-1 in the series. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I like to see. Not going to get too excited yet. It's only the first round. But that is very much an improvement, obviously, over last year. So let's get into game number 5 and hope that we can close out these St. Louis Blues at home. First period, goal by Blyce on the St. Louis Blues. I believe he's like 4th line right winger or something. Second period, all right, so goals by Tarasenko and Berglund, but then a goal by Joe Veleno to get us back into it. Third period, and they will win it 5-2. Goals by Shen and Parayko for St. Louis, and then another goal by Veleno for your Vegas Golden Knights, but no one else other than him, and that results in a 5-2 loss. And we are still up 3-2 in the series, But let's not take this lead for granted here. Let's just get this series over with while we can. As oh yeah, we still have to deal with contracts. We'll do that after this first round is over. Don't want any distractions as of right now. The Capitals win their series against the Flyers. The Jets and Predators are tied at 3, and the Avalanche win over the Wild. So game number 6 coming up in St. Louis. Come on now, boys. We've won every game in St. Louis so far. Let's do it again. First period goes by Silverberg for us, but Fabry and Parayko for St. Louis. Second period, go by Riley Smith. Okay, there we go. We're tied 2-2. Going into the third. Here we go. Come on, boys. Close them out. Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to close them out. Goal by Colton Parayko to put St. Louis up 3-2, but then Artemi Panarin, Joe Veleno, Cam York, and William Karlsson. I had to freeze there for a sec. I was about to say Eric Karlsson, but no. That gets confusing sometimes, especially when I'm commentating. So we win 6-3. Final score, and we win the series 4-2. Very nicely done, boys. All right, now, since we've made it through the first round finally, let's take care of some of these contracts, at least the ones that we care about. Carrier, not going to renew him right now. Hyman will not renew right now. Lazaro definitely want to renew. He looks to have a bright future here. So he wants 2.6 over 2 years. If I could give you a 1.2 and then a signing bonus of 10 mil, or 10,000. Yeah, that'll work for Lazaro. Riley Smith. Now, Smith is going to be a huge signing here as he had 46 goals in the regular season. I would imagine he would want quite the increase here. Let's see, offer new contract. Would like to test the free agent market. But he is willing to listen to our offers, so that's good. What is with the board allowing a salary up to 2.25 million? What is up with that? Is Smith like not a key player or something? Regular player? Are you kidding me? Okay, key player. He scored 46 goals for us this season, so I mean, yeah, I would imagine. So, yeah, that's gone way up to 7.85. So he obviously would like to test the free agent market. So we won't bother him right now with that. But he is somebody who we have to keep an eye on, especially, I would say, after the third round. So Shea Theodore, I would imagine he wants to extend his contract because I saw unhappy there. He has not been great so far in the playoffs, 650 average rating. But other than that, he's solid in the regular season. So if he asks for the right amount of money, we will definitely re-sign him, requesting a total of 11.4 over 4 years. So that's only 2.8. Yeah, I would give him like 2.7. We're going to try to negotiate here a little bit with him. If I could go 2.6 for the first 2 years and then 2.7 for the last 2 years and then 60,000 signing bonus. And yeah, that is it. Good contract for Shea Theodore right there. With the amount of good play he's had over the past 5 years. I mean, he has not dipped below a 7 as of yet in the regular season. Joe Veleno. Here we go. So, let's see his player status. He is indeed now a key player for sure. Let's see how much he wants. Only 5 mil. Really? Really? Okay, so that is quite the contract for Joe Veleno. Now, I'd like to get him for more than 5 years, obviously. I would like to see if we could get him for an 8-year extension here, because he is an integral part of this franchise. Now, let me see if I could give him like 5.25 for the first 2 years, and then the next 4 years after that, we'll give him like 6.5, just to entice him to sign that long-term deal. And then as a signing bonus, we'll give him 1 million. Really need this contract for Joe Veleno. That would be an absolute steal for him. For putting up 90 points this season and only 5.25 for the first 4 years and then 6.5 for the last 4 years and then 1 million signing bonus, that is definitely worth it. Yeah. Offering this right now to Joe Veleno. Cam York, another big contract here. As he had 40 points this year, had a 729 average rating, is playing well so far in the playoffs, it appears. 717 average rating. So definitely worth signing here is Cam York. And he is happy to listen to offers, but is reluctant to negotiate a new contract at the time. What's his player status? Hot prospect. We'll put him as, what's his current What is his current scouting report? He's currently a 4-star rating, so I'll make him a core player. There you go. And let's see now. So still reluctant, but it's being suggested that he would only want 2.4. But again, I'm still going to wait on him. I want to see what happens over the offseason. Though, what I will do is give him a qualifying offer. So, I'm actually going to reset that there. And we will just offer him what is basically here. We'll give him 2.4 for, actually, how old is he? 21? Would he still be an RFA? If I offered him 3 years, you know, I'll give him 2 years just to be safe. And 2 years at 2.4, I'm pretty sure he's not going to accept this. But this is mainly a qualifying offer. Here's what this is. And then we'll give him a little bit of a signing bonus to entice him. So there we go. That is all the major NHL contracts. Let's check the minors real quick. So I have quite a bit of contracts coming up here. No one too important. I would imagine I'll release Suzuki. He hasn't really done much for the NHL. But he is a good player to fill in the minors, so maybe. Zukov, he's gotten better. Torma, strictly a defensive forward, it looks like. And he simulates well down there as well. Lucas Summers simulates well, so I'd imagine I'll re-sign all these guys. But I won't do it now. Not going to waste your guys' time. I will do that off screen. So let's get to the second round and see who we have. The Predators win over the Jets 4-3 in their series. So maybe we have Nashville Predators, or maybe we have the Coyotes. They won their series 4-3, and the Sabres won against the Montreal Canadiens 4-3 in 7 games. And we have the Arizona Coyotes. And Cam York, yeah, I figured Cam York would reject that offer. Joe Veleno rejects as well. Well, at least with that offer now, we have Cam York qualified so that if it does get to July 1st, then he's still in our control if we don't have him signed at that point. Joe Veleno, though, at least he's qualified as well, so he will still be in our control. But let's see if we can sign to that long-term deal. He seems pretty set on 5 years. So what if I just honestly gave him $6 million for 8 years here? No kind of fluctuations with any of the year's salary or anything. Just $6 million for 8 years straight with a $1.5 million signing bonus. Yeah, offer up to Joe Veleno. See if he accepts that. I mean, it's around the same value, isn't it? Because the average value of that previous contract should have been around $6 million as well. So, yeah, we'll see if he accepts that. York, I'll wait on for a little bit. I just wanted to give him that qualifying offer. So, game 1 against the Arizona Coyotes. Here we go. First period. Goal by Riley Smith and a goal by McInnes for Arizona. Ryan McInnes. Second period, goals by Hjalmarsson and Strome for Arizona, and Veleno and Panarin for your Vegas Golden Knights. So tied 3-3 going into the third. Let's go. And we are going to an overtime for the first time in these playoffs. So here we go. Let's see who is going to win this game for their team. Carl Forss with the OT winner. There you go. That's got to feel good for him. First career playoff overtime goal for Carl Forss. And that puts us up 1-0 in the series. That is what I'm talking about. Let's get up to our next game. Capitals win 5-2 over the Devils in their series. And the Sabres win 4-2 over the Lightning. And each team takes a 1-0 lead. Game against the Coyotes. Game number 2. Home ice. Here we go. First period. That'll be 2 goals for the Arizona Coyotes. Dylan Strome and Ryan Merkley. Nick Merkley. Wow. I don't think that's ever happened twice in a row. Second period, no goals at all. So third period, here we go. Yeah, 2 goals for the Golden Knights. Valtteri Lapalainen, I believe that is his first playoff goal. Actually, no, it is not. It's his second. He had one against St. Louis. And then Jonathan Marchessault with the goal to send it to another overtime against these Arizona Coyotes. Here we go. Overtime. Joe Veleno with the overtime winner to put us up 2-0 in the series. Very nice. Jeez, that took a long time. The game just froze on me for like 5 minutes or something. That's ridiculous. Player of the month is Jamie Benn. Rookie of the month, Tyler Weiss of the Red Wings. Offensive player of the month, Austin Matthews. And defensive player of the month, Semyon Varlamov. Very nice. Game against the Coyotes. And I forgot to go into it, but we win another overtime game. Goals by Panarin, Veleno, and Silverberg. And then Carlson with the OT winner. So 3 overtimes in a row. And your Vegas Golden Knights are up 3-0 in the series. Wow. All right, so... Oh, hold on. Golden Knights rights to Nico Gross. No, I'm not going to sign him. Golden Knights rights to Jonathan Dugan. No, not going to sign him either. Not too impressed. Aiden Thompson. Ooh, Aiden Thompson. He looks... Yeah, he's gotten good. Aiden Thompson has gotten very good. His average rating's been good. He's been scoring points there in the NAHL. Scouting report. He's still a 1-star current rating, but that might be out of date. When was the last time he was scouted? Oh, wow. Yeah, back in 2020. So that's definitely out of date. So we'll approach to sign Aiden Thompson. I believe he was our first round pick from 2 years ago. Yeah, he was our first round pick in 2020 with the 30th overall pick. So we will definitely sign him. Byfield. Simulating very well with the average rating, getting a lot of points. Scouting report might be out of date at this point. Well, not as much as Thompson's was. But, okay, so he is very, very much offensively potent. He is definitely a goal scorer. 48 goals, 56 goals, 52 goals as a center, 6'6". So, yeah, we'll sign Quentin Byfield. He seems promising. Rylan Fitzpatrick, let's see, history. Yeah, he's been simulating well in terms of his average rating, not in terms of points. Is he a defenseman? No, he's a center. So, defensive center for sure. 3-star future rating. Let's see his report card. Good defensively. That's about it, though. And even Lucet is saying he's only a C+. Close to reaching his potential. I don't think I'll be signing Fitzpatrick. Not signing Fitzpatrick there. Maxim Jaguar. Good average rating for this year and 2 years before this. 51 points on the season in the OHL. Scouting report, 3-star potential. Good hockey sense. Decent puck handling. Okay, so notes. Close to reaching his potential. What's his stats at? Yeah, I'm going to pass on him as well. And then Verche. He looks pretty solid. Got a good average rating this year. 52 points as right-handed defenseman, or left-handed defenseman on the right point. 5-star future rating, 2-star current rating, like Rowan Yossi, apparently. I don't know how accurate that is, but Verche looks pretty promising. Just given his current attributes and the season he just had, I will definitely take a chance on Colby Verche. Oscar Landstrom, let's see. Oh, yeah, this was that sniper that we took like in the 4th round or something. Yeah, 3rd round. So, 62 points this year. He had a dramatic decrease in production this year, only a -7, but that could be his team. He had 43 goals still. So, again, definitely a goal scorer here. He wouldn't be bad for the AHL, I guess. 4th liner, A for shot and scoring, B for hockey sense, C+ for puck handling. He's not terrible, especially with that average rating and the amount of goals he scores. He could be he could at the very least be a good depth player to fill in when needed. So yeah, we'll sign him. And Isaac Hedin. So not a great average rating in Chicoutimi. 5-star future rating though. So we have to take that into consideration. Notes and stats. Oh. Well, here's the thing. The last time we scouted him was in 2020. That was like 2 years ago. So this scouting report may not be accurate. As a matter of fact, it probably is not. And he doesn't really have that great point scoring in the QMJHL after 2 years. He's 19. And we haven't scouted him in 2 years. Is he an offensive forward? Yeah, offensive playmaking forward. So since that's the case, and he hasn't really gotten too many points, I think I will pass on Isaac Hedin for right now. Because again, that scouting report was from 2 years ago. that 5-star future rating could now be like a 2-star with the way this game works. So I'm going to pass on him, at least for right now. We'll see how he is in the future. Maybe if he makes the NHL, but I highly doubt it. As, again, that was not looking promising there for Isaac Hedin. The Devils win over the Capitals 4-3 in their game. Tied 2-2 is the series. Game against the Coyotes coming up here. Veleno rejects again. Okay, so I'll offer him another contract here because we do need to get Joe Veleno back. So now he's asking for more. Yeah, he's really giving us a hard time there. So I'll meet him somewhere in the middle. We'll go 6 seasons, and we'll give him like 6 mil for the last 2 seasons, or for the last 3 seasons. We'll be fair with him, and then we'll give him $750K as the signing bonus. I was only giving him that $1 million for the signing bonus if he wanted to sign for 8 years, but he clearly just doesn't. He's just rejecting every 8-year offer I'm sending him. So we'll offer him for 6 years, 5.5 for the first 3 years, 6 mil for the next 3 years, and then a $750,000 signing bonus. So let's see if he accepts that. Hopefully he does, because I really do not want to mess up with Joe Veleno here. All right, so we currently lead in our series with Arizona 3-0. Let's see if we can close it out with a sweep here against the Arizona Coyotes. First period goes by Veleno and Lapalainen. Veleno shorthanded, just increasing his value game by game. My goodness. Second period, nothing doing. Still up 2-1 going into the third. Coyotes have a power play going into the period. So let's see what happens. And that is going to be a goal by Garland. Assist from Cruz and Strome. So going to yet another overtime against the Arizona Coyotes. Could go either way here. We could be looking at a 3-1 series lead, or we could be looking at a sweep. Here we go. Yeah, Zach Hyman with the overtime goal from Forzan Silverberg for the sweep against the Arizona Coyotes. And we are 8-2 in these playoffs, with our 2 losses coming in the first round against St. Louis. So very nicely done, boys. Very nicely done. The Capitals win against the Devils 5-1. They're up 3-2 in the series. And the Sabres win against the Lightning. They're up 3-2 in their series. And the Predators win against the Avalanche, but the Avalanche are up 3-2 in that series. Defensive Player of the Week, James Reimer of the Vegas Golden Knights, played 3 games during this time and recorded 3 wins. The Devils win 4-0 over the Capitals, and they tie the series at 3. And Landstrom accepts contract offer. Very nice. And we will sign him on June 15th of this year, as that is the transfer window. And same thing for Quinton Byfield. The Lightning win over the Sabres 3-2, and that series is even. And the Predators win over the Avalanche 4-3, and that series is even as well. Verche accepts Golden Knights offer. Welcome to the team. And Aiden Thompson accepts Golden Knights offer. Welcome to the team. And Veleno signs new 6-year Golden Knights deal. Very nicely done. So we now have Joe Veleno locked up for 6 more years at 5.5 for the first 3 years and 6 mil for the last 3 years. Joe Veleno with a very, very team-friendly contract, scoring 90 points this past year, and only asked for a maximum of $6 million. And he didn't even ask for that. We gave him that. He asked for like 5.5 for this contract. So, but we gave him the extra year, so I felt like, he deserves a little bit more. So 5.5 for 3 years, and then 6 mil for another 3 years for Joe Veleno. Very good contract. I think that's probably one of the best contracts we've ever had in channel history for a player of Veleno's caliber. Golden Knights to sign Thompson. Yep, we already saw that. So let's go. Let's see who our 3rd round opponent is. Not sure when we're going to find out, but I would imagine within the next few days here. Devils and Capitals. The Capitals will win that series in 7 games over the New Jersey Devils, and they win Game 7 4-3. And the Sabres will beat the Lightning in 7 games. 4-2 is the score of game number 7. And the Predators will beat the Avalanche in a game number 7 overtime with the final score of 3-2 in game 7. So let's see who we're facing. It's going to be the Nashville Predators. We will be facing Nashville in the 3rd round of the NHL playoffs. So let's go, boys. 3rd round, I believe, for the first time this series. Series against the Nashville Predators. Let's check out what they're about. Probably should have checked out the Arizona Coyotes as well, but Oh well. So first line, Phil Forsberg, Ryan Johansson, and Kyle Palmieri. Second line, Eli Tolvanen, Brandon Sutter, and Kevin Fiala. Third line, Maxime Comtois, Kalle Jarnkrok, and Ty Ratty. Fourth line, Kirby Reichel, and then Mitchell Stevens, and Troy Brouwer. Defensively, you have Roman Josi, PK Subban, and then is that Quinn Hughes? Yeah, that's Quinn Hughes there. And Dante Fabro, with Matthias Ekholm and Samuel Girard. And then in goal, you have Saros and Evan Cowley. So let's see how Saros is in this. Pretty good. Got a good average rating there. Good save percentage as well, 917. So this will be a pretty good matchup, I would imagine, because they went to 7 with their matchup, who I believe was Colorado. So, and we went to overtime. Nothing but overtimes with the Arizona Coyotes. So this should be a very interesting series against Nashville. And one sec, actually, I'm going to save real quick just so that we don't lose any progress. All right, here we go. Game 1 against the Nashville Predators in Vegas. Let's go. First period, goals by Troy Brouwer. 2 goals by Troy Brouwer. Oh my, the 36-year-old with the abysmal physical category. Getting it done there. Second period, let's see. Goal by Riley Smith from Veleno, who just signed that huge contract for your Vegas Golden Knights. Third period, nothing doing. And the Nashville Predators will take this one 2-1 in game number 1. All right, so that's not too big of a deal. Only one game, but would have rather gotten that win there, obviously. Veleno has hot hand ended. He racked up 7 goals in 6 consecutive games. My goodness. He still got an assist, though, on that Smith goal. So his point streak wasn't ended. And game 2 against the Predators here, still in Vegas. First period, oh man, Timu with the goal, but then Palmieri and Forsberg with the goals for the Predators. Second period, there you go, Hudson Fasching and Jacob Silverberg on the power play for your Vegas Golden Knights for a 3-2 lead going into the third period. Come on, boys. PK Subban on the power play from Forsberg and Palmieri with 1:15 remaining in the game. Or in regulation, I should say. All right, here we go. Overtime. Let's go. Tolvanen with the goal, and Nashville will go up 2-0 in the series. So let's see how guys have been playing recently, as going down 2-0 is never a good sign. So let's see. Selection, average rating. It appears Colin Miller has really not been playing well. Average rating of 667. How's he been doing recently, though? 6.56. Yeah, he's been struggling. So I'm going to take out Colin Miller, and we're going to put in Todd Corsi for his first playoff game. Carl Forrest, 675. What's he been doing point-wise? 4 points in 12 games. What's he been doing recently? 6.6, 7.67. He hasn't gotten any points in this series so far. So I'll take him out, and I'll put in Al Lazaro. And then Marchessault has been uncharacteristically bad. And actually, all the playoffs that we've been in so far, Marchessault has not been the greatest simulator in terms of his average rating. But then again, the only other guy we could put in is William Carrier. Is Carrier better at simulating in the playoffs? Not really. So I guess we'll just leave Marchessault in. Just wanted to get Corsi and Lazaro in there. Now, Reimer, he's been doing fantastic. Not taking him out at all. None of these games have been his fault. Let's get Lazaro and Corsi in there. So, who do I move up? Has Lapalainen been doing well? 7 average rating, 5 points. I'll just leave Lazaro on the third line with Hyman and Marchessault. Maybe that'll get Marchessault going. And then, yeah, everything else should be the same. So let's hope it works, because we're down 2-0 in this series right now, and I really do not want to go down 3-0. So let's actually check the penalty kill right now. So let's see. Stages, playoffs, penalty kill, penalty kill, penalty kill. We are 16th in the playoffs with a 68.6. Man, will our penalty kill ever be above a 70? That is the $1 million question for your Vegas Golden Knights. Oh my. It might honestly be killing us. Might honestly be preventing us from winning the Stanley Cup. and hopefully it doesn't do that for this series, because this is the first we've come in, well, ever really, for the Vegas Golden Knights. Well, actually, obviously they made it to the Stanley Cup Finals in real life this past year, but just in terms of this GM mode, this is the furthest we've made it. So I really don't feel like getting out in the third round here. All right, here we go. Game number 3 in Nashville this time. So if they win this, it's really not looking good. First period, goals by Fiala and Palmieri. Second period, goals by Tolvanen and Forsberg. But then a goal by Hyman for your Vegas Golden Knights, but it's not looking good. Third period, Smith and Lazaro made it interesting, but then Tolvanen with the empty netter with 39 seconds remaining in regulation to close us out 5-3, and we are now down 3-0 in the series. Oh my goodness. So we went from sweeping Arizona to now potentially getting swept by Nashville. So that is not what I like to see. Yeah, I really hate to see that. So we're definitely going to be making some changes here in terms of the lineups. No, not practice. Tactics. So in terms of defense, who's been doing well? Krug, Brandstrom. I mean, I would imagine all these guys have been doing well. I'm going to separate Krug, Brandstrom, and York so that we have a really good offensive defenseman on each line. So I'll put Brandstrom where Hogg is. So it'll be Brandstrom and Corsi. Is Brandstrom at least competent on the left? Yeah, he is. Okay, so we'll leave him on the left defenseman there. So it'll be Krug and Hogg, and then Theodore and York, and then Brandstrom and Corsi. And then in terms of forwards, Panarin, Veleno, Smith, you know what? Gonna go with the ace in the hole. Polkinen, Timu, up to the first line with Veleno and Panarin. Then it'll be Reiko, Carlson, and Silverberg. I guess he's been pretty solid for us. Let me just double check. Yeah, he's been good. And then Hyman's been pretty good as well. Has he not? Well, at least in terms of scoring goals, he has been, but average rating, not so much. So Riley Smith definitely cannot be down there in the fourth line. He's a 46 goal scorer in the regular season. So I will put, how's Reiko doing? 731. He's not terrible, but we do need that goal scorer on that line with Carlson and Silverberg. So I'll move Smith up here to the right wing and Silverberg on the left wing. Then Reiko with Lazaro and Marchessault. Or do I want Lapalainen there? 692 for Lapalainen. Lazaro has an 8. So yeah, definitely Lazaro. So Reiko, Lazaro, and Marchessault, and then Hyman, Lapalainen, and Fasching. And then in terms of the penalty kill, I want to get Carlson back on here. I have a feeling that's killing us a little bit in terms of not having another face-off guy there besides Veleno. And then 3-on-5, I'm going to have Veleno and Carlson because, again, need those face-off guys. Even strength, Panarin and Veleno. And then Carlson and Smith. There you go. So I'm not taking Reimer out. There's no reason to put Domingue in there. Yeah, that's really about all we can do here, I think, anyway. So let's hope that something clicks here with these Vegas Golden Knights and that we can pull off a miracle comeback against these Nashville Predators as they have us by the ropes on with a 3-0 series lead over us. Here we go, game number 4 in Nashville. First period. Goals by Palmieri and Tolvanen, but a goal by Zach Hyman unassisted. So, we're still in it. Second period, not what you like to see. The Golden Knights have a power play going into the third. Let's see. Come on, Vegas. Come on, Vegas. Come on, Vegas. A goal by William Karlsson from Smith and Silverberg, but then Palmieri and Forsberg close it out for the Nashville Predators and get the sweep against your Vegas Golden Knights in the third round. Well, I mean, we made it a lot further than we ever have. That's a positive. And another positive is that we swept Arizona. But then the negative, the huge negative, is that we got swept the very next round. So, not sure what to make of that. This team is obviously better than the team we had last year, but here's the thing. Do we make a change? Because we have young guys like Carl Fors and Waltteri Lapalainen and Al Lazaro on their way up. And then Cam York breaking out this year with Reiko Polkinen. And then Veleno being an absolute all-star along with Riley Smith, who scored 46 goals. So unless there's an all-star goaltender available in this free agency or even in the draft potentially, hopefully, I doubt it, but you never know. So unless there's an all-star goaltender available this offseason, I really don't know what changes I would make other than maybe Miller, since he struggled not only in the regular season but now in the playoffs as well. But then again, that's only 1 year out of like 5 so far that he struggled. And then Marchessault, for whatever reason, kind of struggles in the playoffs occasionally, but he's great during the regular season. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. You guys let me know. And should we do anything about the coaching change? Because I feel like Gallant did prove himself with that run to the third round. But then again, we did get swept in the third round, and we had previously swept the Arizona Coyotes, so maybe he didn't do a good enough job of preparing the guys for round number 3. But then again, it kind of also falls on the players. So I don't know. I really do not know what to make of that. So let me know if we should make any changes in the offseason, and I'll simulate the rest of the playoffs, I guess, in the next video. We'll get to all the offseason stuff. Well, I guess the draft in the next video, because the draft in itself takes a long time. So, yeah, next video will be the draft, and that'll be it for your Vegas Golden Knights for year number 5. See you guys in the next one.